Hello everybody! Finally, we are ready to welcome you to our first episode of Artist Chitchats. Unfortunately, yesterday we weren't able to go live, but today we are going to make it happen. Thank you so much for submitting all those great questions and for making this format possible. And now we are ready to do this.
A warm welcome also from me. I'm super excited to announce our first guest for the Artist Chitchats. He's a dear friend of us, a musical inspiration, just a phenomenal guy, amazing trombonist. He has held positions with the New York Philharmonic, the Los Angeles Philharmonic, and he's currently the principal trombonist of the Philadelphia Orchestra. He's also one of the teachers at the prestigious Curtis Institute in Philadelphia, and just an all-around amazing guy. So please let's welcome Mr. Nitzan Haroz. Hey Nitzan!
Hello everyone, how are you? Thank you for having me on this program.
Well, thanks for being here. We're super excited to have you. Let's jump right into it. Please correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think you have pretty much won every audition you ever took. And to put it in the words of a fan of yours, how the hell did you do that?
Wow. Well, besides the little bit of luck, being in the right place at the right time, I guess, you know the joke about how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. What I can say is that I practiced very, very hard before every audition I ever took.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt ready before any one of those auditions, none of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was always more work to do, always improvement to be done. I never felt like I owned any one of those auditions, or I didn't even feel like I deserved any one of these auditions. So with that in mind, I really practiced extremely hard. I tried to say something with every one of these excerpts that I played. I tried to work on using infinite variety of expressions, colors, moods, and maybe one of the most important things is singing, just singing with every excerpt.
Yeah. What about nerves? Is there anything that you do with calming yourself down or feeling comfortable on stage?
I fake it. I'm nervous. To this day, I get nervous. And surely these auditions are nerve-wracking. They're definitely a nerve-wracking situation. But as I say to my students, we're actors, performers. We're also actors, and you need to act as if you are calm. And if you fake it until you make it kind of thing, you actually make yourself more calm by acting calm and relaxed.
As a performer, which excerpt is your least favorite one to play by yourself?
Wow. So by myself, not with the orchestra, I understand. So in an audition situation, I would probably say William Tell Overture. In the orchestra, it's Bolero, for sure.
And as a teacher, which one do you not enjoy teaching?
Oh, goodness. Maybe Wagner, Ride of the Valkyrie. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Students have a hard time with it for some reason, rhythmically. And
yeah. We are on tour most of the year, so that means we can't be home. You have been living pretty far away from home for a long time now. How do you deal with that?
Wow, that's hard. It is very hard for me and does not get any easier. Yes, I'll be living away from home. I appreciate you say home, because I do feel about Israel as my home country, and my family's there. Many very close friends of mine are there, and it's very hard. I love living here in the U.S. It's really great. I have a phenomenal job. I have a nice house, a car, but I miss home. I miss my family, and it does not get any easier. That's the truth.
We all do have a lot of time on our hands right now, and that's time where we can try to learn something new, like cooking. Which Israeli dish should we try to cook?
Well, the one that comes to my mind is shakshuka, which is perhaps not originally from Israel. I think it's a Tunisian. But shakshuka is a really cool dish made from tomatoes, roasted peppers, onions, garlic, paprika, and eggs.
Super healthy.
And it's healthy, it's savory, it's really tasty. I also love making tahini, and I eat them together. Try to make it
delicious.
wonderful.
Sounds super delicious, yeah. Of course, many questions that we received came from students that would like to audition for Curtis. What do you listen for in students?
Well, I have to say I'm extremely fortunate because teaching at the Curtis Institute allows me to pick very high-level students. So I'm very spoiled that way. I get to choose from anywhere from 30 to maybe 50 students every time we have an audition, and then only one or two will get in. So I look for a student that can present beautiful sound, good sound, very solid fundamentally. Someone with a spirit, someone with a great personality that I can shape into something really outstanding.
Cool.
We do know that you speak 2 languages fluently, which are Hebrew and English, but do you speak any other languages?
I speak some German. I took some German classes back in Israel. Ein bisschen, some reading, writing, understanding, but mainly my languages are Hebrew and English.
And which one do you prefer?
Hebrew is my mother language, so I think it's still an easier language for me to speak and express myself with. So I would say Hebrew.
More importantly, which one is sexier?
Ooh, yeah, that's a tough question. Perhaps we should ask Constanze.
If so, you have to speak in Hebrew to me.
בוודאי, אני בשמחה אדבר בעברית, אם רק תגידו לי מה לומר.
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
Yes.
Well, actually, when I came to the US, I tried desperately to get rid of my foreign accent, because everywhere I went, and no matter what I said, even something like, "Can I please have a cup of coffee?" people immediately picked up on my foreign accent and said, "Where are you from?" And it kind of bothered me. I didn't want to be a foreigner, and I wanted to blend in. So I kept trying very hard to improve my accent, until one day someone said, "You know what? Why don't you just stop trying so hard? Because actually having an accent is sexy. It's kind of cool." So,
of course, I do know that you are perfect. But is there something you're not great at?
I think I suck at doing my taxes. I always procrastinate. I hate doing my taxes.
We all feel you there, I would say. Constanze and I know this scenario really well. Our names get butchered quite a bit. What's the worst pronunciation you have heard of your name?
No, you cannot imagine. It's something like Nitzan Haroz or Nitzan Haroz, which is complete butchering of both my first and second name.
Okay.
Can you please tell us how to pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, my name is pronounced in Hebrew Nitzan Haroz. So my last name is actually a combination of two words, Har and Oz. So it sounds like Nitzan Haroz.
We all have fears. Is there something that you are particularly afraid of?
Well, I mentioned taxes. But more seriously, I have three wonderful, beautiful children. I'm very fortunate and blessed, and I love them dearly. If something that frightens me is the thought of anything bad happening to any of them. And as a loving parent, I just wish them to have a wonderful, lovely, happy life.
That's great. Thank you.
We all know that you worked in your career with a lot of conductors. So which one are your favorite ones and why?
Wow. Yes, I'm also very fortunate to have worked with fantastic conductors in the three big orchestras where I played, and also the orchestra in Israel. So conductors like Yannick Nezet-Sagan, who is our current music director with the Philadelphia Orchestra, is outstanding, wonderful. Ricardo Muti, Zubin Mehta, Gustavo Dudamel, Simon Rattle, just to name a few. Wonderful, wonderful conductors. The one conductor I can think of who really stands out in my experience is Wolfgang Sawallisch.
Cool.
The Bavarian German conductor who was also the one who accepted me to the Philadelphia Orchestra. But I don't love him only for that. He was an incredible human being, a magician on the podium. His rehearsal technique was perfect, superb. He never wasted any moment. Everything he ever said on stage in rehearsals was precious. It didn't matter if you talked to the viola section, to the oboes, or to the percussion section. You could always learn from what he was saying.
That's cool.
And he was one of the most humble people I've met, an incredible, inspiring human being, and a phenomenal musician. I'm very fortunate that I worked with him. And if you don't know who he is, and if you have never seen him conduct, I suggest you check on YouTube, where you will find a few performances where he conducts, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's really cool. We had the pleasure of playing at his house in Bavaria last year.
Wow.
And that they've created kind of his living room, they have made into a small concert hall. That was a really, really nice,
fabulous,
cool place to play in. Yeah. We all have our favorite recordings to go to when we need something, go away from our daily lives. What is a go-to recording that you would pick?
That's a tough question too, because I love so many different kinds of music, and depending on the mood, I can put some salsa, Brazilian music, jazz, classical, of course. One recording I can think of is a wonderful, wonderful album by Tony Bennett and Bill Evans. It's called the Tony Bennett and Bill Evans album.
Okay.
If you don't know it, check it out. It's really fantastic. Tony Bennett as a singer is at his best, and Bill Evans is like no one else. His accompaniment, skill, and just singing on the piano is like nothing else I've ever heard.
Cool. We'll check it out.
We've already reached our final question of this interview. What's your favorite piece to play in the orchestra?
That's another tough question.
Sorry.
Very hard, because there's so many I love. Just to make it quick, I will say The Rite of Spring, Igor Stravinsky's Rite of Spring. It's a phenomenal work that invigorates me and makes me always very excited and happy.
Cool.
That's awesome.
All right, Nitzan, we've already come to the end. We really want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It's always great to see you. Obviously, we would prefer that it would be in person, but hopefully that will happen soon again. Thanks for being such an inspiration to all of us. It's just really, really amazing to have you, that you're sharing your wisdom and everything with us. Is there anything that you want to tell your fans?
Yeah, first of all, be safe, of course. Take care of yourself, wash your hands. Practice. Use this time to practice a lot. There's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
When you practice, be passionate about what you're doing. If there's no passion in what you do, there's really no point, especially as a musician. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone else or someone you're not. Be yourself and sing.
Oh, it's amazing. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hope to see you soon again. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this interview. We really hope you enjoyed it. If so, please feel free to donate a little bit to us. We really worked hard to make this happen, and we really hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We have a PayPal account for that, which is info@steinerpeter.com.
And don't forget to subscribe and tune in next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.